It will be remembered in history that on the 7th of August, Erik ten Hag managed his first competitive game as a permanent manager of Manchester United, and we are battered by Brighton by 2-1. You know that very well. And this Brighton team scored in the first half of those 2 goals, and United really scored a ramshackle goal, and they couldn't really level it after Rashford missing out on all sitters. Scott McTominay, Freddie were really abysmal into that game. Players like Luke Shaw were really very much disheartening, and you wouldn't like to watch them play the game of football in there for you. And today, Erik ten Hag has really taken through the players of United through hard drills in there for you, and he has trained them in the heat. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, or you've been always watching us and you've not yet subscribed to our channel, go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video into this channel, and that is United Matters channel. Rock and David is my name, and obviously I'm always here to bring you the latest news and information as far as this channel is concerned, and specifically Manchester United, because we strictly do news concerning Manchester United in there for you. So today, Erik ten Hag has really taken these players of United through tough drills in there for you at Old Trafford, and they were really not complaining, because they know that they have to work hard, because their intensity was nowhere to be seen in that game of Brighton. We looked badly, you know that very well, and this week we are really playing a more physical team in the names of Brentford, and they are really a team that is going to give us a time away at the Brentford Community Stadium that is in London. That's where we are going. We are beaten at Old Trafford. We need a very big response, and let's wait and see whether these players can go on to register a response that we really expect from them. But obviously that midfield is still an issue. Rabiot, Manchester United still being worked on. Erik ten Hag still pushing in for Frankie de Jong as Chelsea hijack into this deal to take him out of his road to Manchester United, and very many other things that have happened at Manchester United in there for you. Anatovic, one of the strikers that Erik ten Hag recommended to the board, has been really said no to by the fans, and the board has said no, we are pulling out of this deal because our fans are really telling us this is not the deal we're supposed to be going for. That is so much and more into this story. And ten Hag has been seen on the field of play, at Carrington, trying to really take these players through what he really calls the real drills that are really going to see to it that it will build up their intensity to the levels where we want them to be. Let's get straight into these photos coming in live from Old Trafford as far as these players were concerned. This is Bruno Fernandes, Freddie Rodriguez, trying to really trot in for you. You know, when they're really beginning training, they're really trotting that for you. Bruno Fernandes was really abysmal into that game of Manchester United as we played the side which goes by names of Brighton. He really was so much disappointing, and I really felt like, oh, is this the player we bought that amount of money? Is it the Bruno who has been here scoring lots of goals? Meaning that he has not yet suited well into this side of football that the manager Erik ten Hag is really training these players of Manchester United. So Bruno needs to adapt to this system that you don't need to go in and really run run around like a headless chicken. You have to really know the triangles and lanes designed for you to run. You get? So that's Bruno in there for you. And his main aim is to go in and really give this team control. And if at all you won't do that, trust me, Ten Hag will go ahead and really get Eriksen into his role and really bench him, because I think the first 5 games are really going to be like a trial for these players. He's like telling you, please, you get into what I want you to be, or you really get out. So that is Bruno Fernandes. He needs to work a lot on his game because he's really looking bad. Bruno Fernandes sprinting, Shora Shoretia, Rashford, and Martinez. I'm seeing Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Eriksen, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Jadon Sancho. That was the team, and Freddie sprinting at Carrington. That is the team in there for you, trying to really start off the training at Carrington with Erik ten Hag. Then Rafael Varane in there for you. I'm seeing Eric Bay. There is Danny Van Beek, Iqbal Zidane, and a player who goes by names of Elanga. Talk about Rafael Varane. He's really a player that has not yet gotten back to full fitness. And for this, I'm not really blaming Erik ten Hag for really picking Maguire ahead of him, because Varane is the best defender that we have, but he's an injury-prone player. His fitness is always a question. That's the problem as to why he's not always being played as a United central defender alongside Martinez, because Lisandro Martinez is obviously a starter in this setup of Erik ten Hag, but But Erik ten Hag knows that Rafael Varane is a world-class player like Ronaldo, but his problem is he's an injury-prone player. While on the preseason, you know that he really got injured. You know that very well. So Ten Hag knows it very well, and he doesn't really want to not risk himself in that for you. United players risking, but I have the problem with these photos that the website United are taking. They are looking very faint. Don't you see them? How can an entire website post such a picture? You get, this is Fred Rodriguez trying to sprint in there for you. He was one of the players that was so much criticized into the game of football when he lost to Brighton, because he lost very many games in that midfield area. And trust me, if you're playing in a midfield of United, you're not supposed to lose most of the ball, because it's where you're going to be having the lion's share. And the midfield is where everything happens, is where the chemistry starts to really boil. So if at all you can't come out and really give us the levels of what we expect you in the for you, then you are not really ready to go on and really be part of the team. So Freddie needs to improve onto his game. That's why you see United is into for Rabiot and Frenkie de Jong in here onto United Matters channel. Then that is Erik ten Hag, the manager, watching around players and how they're really doing what he's directing them to do. Reason being, he was really frustrated. He was on the line. He looked angry, and he had nothing to do to these players. And the best thing to go on and rectify the mistakes is all about the training. And he told us that it was all about the second ball. It was all about the second ball, and we never really fought and really got back the second ball. And he said that the press was not enough, and our players are better than those of Brighton, obviously, but they couldn't raise up to the occasion in there for you, meaning that they were lacking minerals to go ahead and really beat a side which goes by names of, and compete with the players of Brighton. So he's working hard, and that's why he's training them in the heat. Remember, in London and the entire United Kingdom or Europe, heat is so much. Heat is so much. This is Alejandro Garnacho, a player who really came on in the 90th minute and played like 5 minutes and had only one touch on the ball. I really believe that Erik ten Hag took long to bring on this player. I really believe that Rashford's game ended in the 60th minute. He was off and naked. So I really believe that he would have been taken off in the 60th minute, and then you bring in players like Alejandro Garnacho, Tyrell Malacia, and Elanga, because I really believe that if at all they played some 20 minutes on the field of play, they would have really done or put up a very big impact on a side which goes by Brighton, because they would have come in with fresh legs and energy, and players like Garnacho would have sat down players in the field. I don't believe that this player is going to be loaned, as very many people are really putting rumors outside there that United are really weighing into loan, because they are close to 20 teams in Europe, top tier teams, that are really looking to really see this player signed on loan, and then they get him back in the summer of next year. I don't believe in it. Alejandro Garnacho, to me, should be starting in that United game. If we really reinforce our midfield, no player at United, apart from Antoine Martial, plays better on the left attacking side of the midfield more than this guy, Alejandro Garnacho. He's a talent. I really love him and like to see the manager really giving him all what he deserves. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of those players that took part in training, and he really posted and said hard work pays in the for you, and he's trying to gain fitness back. Remember, he came on into the 60th minute of the game, played 30 minutes into the game of football when we lost to a side which goes by names of Brighton, and he played really very well. He impressed the manager, and he really put up the best chance of the game. We remember that Rashford, when he really got a seat, a keeper to beat, and he couldn't really put that ball to the back of the net. So that is Ronaldo in training. But today's stories have been brought out that he really wants to get out of Manchester United, and I'm asking myself, why is United tying themselves on Ronaldo? Let him go. Because it said that George Mendes has told Richard Arnold that please name the price that you want for Ronaldo. We have the money. So obviously it's like 15-20 million pounds that United will get from Ronaldo Cristiano, obviously, but he wants out. But he took part in training, and he is really doing great. Wan-Bissaka, a player that Erik ten Hag doesn't have in his plans, not today, not tomorrow, or next year. He has said this player needs to be loaned and taken out of the team of Manchester United. But surprisingly, I saw him make the bench of United. I thought that it was going to be Ethan Laird in there for you, or any other defender like Victor Lindelof, but Victor Lindelof was seated with Martial in the stand. So I'm asking myself, oh my God, how come a player that you don't want to be here yet, and then you bring him on the field of play? So I don't know why he was named into the players that were as subs in the game of Brighton. This is Lisandro Martinez, who really had a very good debut for me against Brighton. He really played very well. He's really confident on the ball, and he really had 2 shots, one on target and one off target. It shows you that he's really a very good defender, and when he really approaches the attack area or the final third, he really acts like he's a creative midfielder. He has a good pass on him, a good shot on him. So I really believe that Erik ten Hag really had a reason to bring him into his team of Manchester United. That is Lisandro Martinez, who is really going to play into that left part of the central defense of Manchester United. And Bruno Fernandes, a man who's really fighting for his form. I don't know when Bruno is really going to get back to where he's supposed to be, because he got he had yards of space in the Tina's box area. Scott McTominay squared that ball to him and he couldn't really find the net. He has lost the grip. And I know for him to get back to his full confidence, he should accept one thing, that it's not all about goals. It's all about assists and providing us control of the game. If at all he really does that, the rest will come on itself. I see no reason of him really hurrying and really trying to force in statistics in the for just give us the control of the game like Eriksen did. Then he will be one of those players to be talked about in this season. Anthony Elanga, one of the players that really put up a very good performance last season under Ragnick, and he was brought on and played 4 or 5 minutes towards the end of Brighton, trying to show up, and I will believe that he is impressing the manager in the for you. His work intensity is really high, but his talent is not all that to the level of players like Garnacho in the for you, the Amad Diallos of this world. So let's wait and see what the manager is really going to be doing for us. Malacia, obviously, he really made his debut in the United shirt in the competitive game of football when United was playing Brighton. He played 5 minutes in the for you, and I asked myself, why would Ten Hag really bring on these substitutes very, very late? Because even Ronaldo, to me, if I thought I was Erik ten Hag, I was going to bring on Ronaldo and Danny Van Beek in the second half when it was starting, because it really looked ugly. And even Luke Shaw deserved not to play all those minutes. I really believe that Malacia would have done a very beautiful job in that game of football when United played aside which goes by Brentford. But Malacia came in through, and he really played his part into that game, but he never had a lot of minutes to really jam up and really heat up to really give the game direction. The man of the moment, Eriksen, to me was my man of the match into that game of Brighton that we lost to, trying to go ahead and really do the needful and really do, was he stretching in the for you? But he really looked great into that team of Manchester United when he was dropped back into the midfield position playing as a CDM for United. Then we had to get grip a lot of the ball. Fred was taken out. Scott McTominay late in the 70th minute. Danny Van Beek came on through, played 20 minutes. I really believe that I don't want to see Freddie and Scott McTominay in the same midfield, in the midfield of United again, playing as that pair. Let me wait and see in that game of Brentford. If at all Ten Hag brings them through again, then I'll come here and really fume, because how can you do the same thing that is wrong twice? And I'm asking myself, what is that is being seen in Freddie and Scott McTominay? One of those will be the field of play. I really believe that Freddie is okay, at least for him. He can really give you box-to-box cameos, and he can really give you those chases. But Scott McTominay, no, he's really bad, according to me. His talent is really lacking. Zidane Iqbal, one of those that never made it to the bench, a player that we believe that Ten Hag really believes in, and he knows he's going to come in and really do the job in the for you. And when he came in through, he asked, why hadn't this guy gotten loads and loads of times into the first team of United, because he is the best passer of the ball. Imagine, it shows you how bad we are lacking quality at Manchester United as far as perfection of passing that ball is concerned in Manchester United. The moment the manager comes in and tells you that he's the best pass of the ball at Manchester United, you there and then get to know that we are really in big trouble, because Zidane Iqbal is better than everyone we've got. That's why he's been going in for people like Frenkie de Jong and Rabiot. But this guy was registered in the Manchester United squad that is going to take part into this, meaning that he's not going to be loaned, he's going to be here. And I really believe that the manager is going to be tempted one time to really bring him and really play a part into the game of United. Should I show it here? For him, he's really one of those players that United are really planning to loan away. and I think his agent is still looking out for a comfortable loan. The same applies to Darren Fletcher in for you, looking in for a comfortable loan for this lad who goes by the names of Shora Shoretide in there for you. Then Luke Shaw and Christian Eriksen trying to sprint in there for you, but Luke Shaw really had a very bad game against a side which goes by the names of Brighton. He needs to improve a lot in there for you. But to me, I really believe that the problem you're facing at United is the midfield, because every time your midfield is not playing very well, don't expect any of your other players to function, because the midfield exposes you. Like Luke Shaw, when the midfield is supposed to be supportive to you and it doesn't, obviously you'll get exposed. When you get that ball and no midfielder comes close to you to tell you, please, Luke Shaw, I'm here for assistance, or to act as your reference, and you don't get him the ball, obviously it's another day and painful day altogether. So 100% believe the midfield is really lacking and we need to reinforce that. Then Jadon Sancho, after coming in from illness, he was not all that sharp like how Sancho is supposed to be, but I really believe that he can really get a better chance if at all we get him so much on the ball, and that chemistry they had with Diego Dallo in the preseason, we'll see it more and more and more. That's what I 100% really believe, that we can see things happening between Sancho and Dallo. But Sancho, obviously, I think was better than Rashford. To me, the worst player on the pitch was Scott McTominay and Rashford. Those two players were really worse. In the then followed by the likes of Luke Shaw. You get, but Scott McTominay, Rashford, Freddie Rodriguez, my worst players on the pitch as we are playing a side which goes by the names of Brighton at Old Trafford. Then Marcus Rashford. This is the player that really looks like every day he's promising that he's going to improve and really get back to where he was, but obviously he is really looking bad. He is really looking bad, and no reason for me to convince me that he's really good to start. I think players like him, you really go ahead and really give him a game of Brentford. If he fails to deliver against Brentford, then you just bench him and will bring in other players like Garnacho to start to that position in the field, because it's becoming part of Rashford. Since last season, he has not yet gotten back to where he was supposed to be. But let's hope that the coming in of this man you are seeing on the screen, Ben McCarthy, because his main aim is to train forwards at United, will go ahead and really put Rashford back to where he's supposed to be. But he's really looking ugly. And I really believe that that's the main reason as to why Erik ten Hag wants to bring in Cody Gakpo to get this side running, because Cody Gakpo plays well onto the left attacking side of the midfield as an inverted winger playing with the right foot, and he also can read the line, because it's said that Ruud van Nistelrooy is turning him into a centre forward as he is playing for PSV in there. For United are in for him, and obviously that man you see on the screen, Ben McCarthy, is trading those forwards, and let's wait and see whether he can really get some good work out of Rashford, because he's looking like he ain't going to get us any better. That's it. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Ten Hag trains United players in the heat at Carrington. Go into the comment section. Your reactions are highly welcome into the comment section. But remember, on Saturday we are playing Brentford away at the Brentford Community Stadium. Tomorrow I'm coming up with the predicted lineup, match reaction, statistics, as brought to you by BBC. You know, it's always an action-packed video that you guys shouldn't miss out on. So who do you think should start? Who do you think shouldn't start? Is all going to be the topic tomorrow as we will prepare for the game of a side which goes by the names of Brentford. I'm doing it early enough because I want that video to be there for 2 days when that game is going to happen. Thank you guys for watching again. Rokan David is my name. Smash the like button and endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Erik ten Hag, man losing his first game as a manager of Manchester United. That is in all competitive competitions in the for you, and let's pray to it that we really get a result against Brentford, because if it goes ugly again against Brentford, more pressure is going to be piling onto the manager, and these players should be really shown where they're supposed to be. All that and more tomorrow, and this is our last video. Good night, guys. I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ, and may Almighty God protect you abundantly, because you deserve divine protection from the Lord and His Holy Spirit. Guys, Rokan David signs out for now and wishing you a good night.